Generate by AI.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Friday night of Let's Talk Benchrest with Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies. We got an interesting show tonight. We're going to try to reconvene getting to know Rustic Rimfire. If you were on just a few weeks ago, he was on here and we were trying to learn a little bit about him, and he had some microphone issues and we lost him. And he had to work a couple of Friday nights after that, so he wasn't able to get back on. But he's back with us tonight, and we're going to finish up interviewing Rustic Rimfire, and also known as Dean. But we also got another special guest tonight that I decided to invite on because I thought that it was a good time to have him on while Dean was here, because he has a Springfield 2020, and I have two Springfield 2020s, and Dean has one, and I think he's looking to buy another. I don't know what's wrong with us, but we're just glutton for punishment. But anyways, everybody knows the Springfield 2020s, when they come out of the box, they don't shoot really good. They don't even shoot as advertised. But I've experimented around with mine with the help of Justin and got one shooting pretty decent. And then I got another one from Rimfire Dave and done a couple of small things to it, and it's shooting maybe not quite as good, but it's shooting really good. And got video of them to prove that. But Kevin he went a different direction with his, and he's gotten really good results. And even Dean, he went down a pretty deep rabbit hole with his and is getting good results. But it's not all out yet, because everybody knows we've had weather conditions, and it's been tough to get out and put them through their true paces. But it's starting to warm up, and Rustic Rimfire and I came up with a target, and we've already put out one video where we shot against each other, and he beat me by just a smidge. But we're going to get back at that. So, but the only problem is now we got a third wheel in the mix, and me and Dean may both get beat. Who knows? So, anyways, let's bring these guys out of the back room. We were fashionably late tonight. I think we come on 2 minutes late, but they all were chitty chatty in the back room. I hope they got plenty to talk about on tonight's show, because they were sure talking it up in the back room. But all right, so up first we got Justin from Kentucky.
Hey guys, glad to be with you tonight. Glad the weather's warming up, and hopefully have a good show tonight. Learn about Dean and more about some 2020s here.
Yep. All right, so up next we got Hasbro's Hide.
Hey guys, with you tonight. Looking forward to this discussion. I've been tempted to buy one of these a couple different times and I haven't yet, but primarily because of some upgrades you can do to them. So I'm anxious to learn a little bit tonight.
Yep. So up next we got Jose from J Delta 22NC.
Good evening. Thank you for having me tonight. I'm ready to learn about the 2020 and the 2020-52.
Actually, I said J Delta 22NC. Everybody knows him as J Delta 22NC, but if you'll notice, his screen name is Smoking 22. He's got a new Rimfire channel with some Gucci guns over there. So be sure to check out Jose's new secondary channel. And up next, we got Steve from living in the southwestern part of Virginia. And Steve's.
Hello, guys. I forgot to turn my camera on.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope everybody's doing all right tonight. I'm looking forward to this talk about the 2020 also.
So, just a disclosure here. So they're advertised as a target rifle, but out of the box, they're not even that. They're not even a minute a squirrel. So And I think that's the results that all three of us have had. But we've done some little things to them, and I think all three of our rifles now are suitable for challenge targets. Now, would I take my 2020 and shoot a match of ARA or ABRA? I wouldn't, no. And I never expected that gun to get to that level, but it it will shoot, and it will shoot 0.2, 0.3 inch groups, 0.4 inch groups, which is respectable for that gun. But we'll talk a little bit more about that. We're going to get Rustic Rimfire out here, but before we do, let's get our other special guest out. His name's Kevin Hoffman, and he's from Indiana. He's not far from Hasbro, but he's been chatting back and forth with me about his 2020, and he's got a good one. But let's bring him out here, Kevin Hoffman.
How's it going, boys?
Yeah, doing good. How's your week been, buddy?
Oh man, it's been great. Weather's nice. It's been great. Can't get any better than what it was today.
I think I've talked to you 2 times this week, and both times you were at the range. So
Yeah, I live there.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I live there.
All right, so let's get Dean out of the back room. Let's finish learning about Rustic Rimfire. And we got the side chat running wild over there. I'm having a hard time keeping up with it. And we'll
How's
call
it going,
guys.
guys?
How's your week been there, Dean?
Good so far, other than all the thunderstorms here the last day or two. Been trying to get out shooting, haven't been able to.
Well, the rain will wash away that snow.
Oh yeah, it does that. It was 55 last Thursday. Friday night we had 2 inches of snow, and then by Sunday night it was all gone and back to 40.
So Rimfire Dave missed tonight because he had a party to go to with his wife, and he's on the side chat, so he must not be partying too hard. But
you know what I'm going to do. I can't leave that alone.
He's at a
Mary Kay
Tupperware
party.
He's at a Tupperware party.
Is he at a Mary Kay party? Oh, Tupperware.
Mary Kay. And by the way, I want to thank Jose. He put out a super chat earlier before we even started the show for $19.99, and he put on there Annie. Well, that you keep that's not even a monthly installment there, brother. But all right. So in a little bit here, we'll come up with a word for you to put in a side chat, and we'll call out everybody's name on the side chat so you can be heard on the big screen. And we should have some newcomers tonight. I gave out some information today, and we should have some new people jumping on and trying to check us out if they can figure out how to get on here. I was kind of watching for them in the side chat as well. But all right, so Dean, we learned that you got started in this kind of, like I did, challenge targets. I think Elijah has a big hand in inspiring us all to get started shooting these challenge targets. And then when you start videoing those and putting videos of those, it's just kind of like a snowball effect. It just all goes rolling downhill, and you're just thinking about what can I video next? What can I put up next? And anyways, that's how Dean told us he got started on his previous visit here to the show, is that, he got started doing challenge targets. And, if you've watched Dean's videos, you can tell he's got a pretty nice little collection too. He keeps pulling out nice heavy barrel Benchrest guns, and then he's got some nice older vintage sporter barrels. And then he and I talked on the phone, and he's kind of into those old sporter guns, and sometimes you can find those at your locals or your pawn shops and pick them up pretty reasonable. So he's kind of like me. He's a 22 rescuer. So, Dean, we were at the point last week. Well, we'll just go around the room. We'll see what other questions some of these other guys has come up with here. So we'll start with Hasbro. What do you got for Dean tonight?
Dean, why are you hanging out with a crowd like us?
Because you're all pretty.
Funny.
I understand why you and I could talk back and forth. But, I don't know. This guy in between us could be a problem. You got to watch.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So, seriously, question for you. I know you shoot a couple Anshoots. What is your favorite Anshoots that you shoot?
My 54.
Yeah, good answer.
It's a 1973 54. I actually had to part with my 64 so that I could get the 54. So I only got one left.
Okay. That's what mine is, a 73 Anshoots matched 54. It's still has the best trigger of anything I shoot.
Man, I tell you what, it got room for that double trigger. I don't know if it was supposed to have had it from the factory, but the trigger that's in it right now, I mean, it pulls at like 3.2 ounces.
I don't have that. And the reason I don't have that is to add it to my gun, which you can add. It's 600 beans plus.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at them for that double set.
Yeah.
And for what for what the trigger's doing in it right now, I don't see needing it. I mean, my trigger tech in Springfield, or not my Springfield, but the Tika pulls right there at 3.5 ounces, and that's what I'm used to for ARA and turkey shooting. Right. So
very cool.
Yep. So, Justin,
Hey, buddy.
you have a question?
What, a question for Dean?
Yeah.
So you have a Winchester 75. Do you have a 52 yet?
No, I don't have any 52s. I just got the 275s. I actually just got the stuff emailed back on the second one that I got, verifying that it is a 1938. So it's the first year production for the Model 75.
Wow, that's the oldest one I've heard of.
That's the first year for them. It was built, they figure, somewhere around October, November of 1938 by the serial number. And then I guess sometimes they actually stamp the last two digits of the year on the bottom of the barrel, and it's actually stamped 38, but I wasn't 100% sure on it. So,
yep.
And to recap a little bit from when I had to cut out the last time, you'd asked me about building aftermarket, no money limit or whatever, and it caught me completely off guard. I honestly wouldn't build a 22. I'd probably build like a 338 Lapua Magnum. I do like a Defiance or Krieger action, maybe like a Bartlein barrel, and kind of go from there. Find a nice chassis to put it in.
Those are expensive to feed, though.
Awesome.
Yes, they are.
So going back to that, the last time he was on here, I asked him what custom build would he build, and I kind of threw him off guard with that.
It did. I jumped right to Anshoots. I'm like, I'll probably just do something with that.
All right, so real quick, guys, before we go any further, we got Rimfire Dave and Gizmo Car floating there in the side chat. So Gizmo sent me another email this week, and it's got a picture of his ammo canister, his ammo container that he won from Dave on the 50th show, and he's got a picture also of one of his older ammo trays that he uses. He says he really likes using these little ammo boxes. And he's got a picture of an old knife. And then he puts a picture up of himself, and he's got a parrot sitting on his shoulder. So I'm going to read you guys the email aloud. It says, "Tell Dave, thank you if you could for me, please. I have an old box that I use. I like the little boxes, as you can see. This is what I look like at 72 and my best friend I had for 26 years. He's talking about the parrot. She is better than a wife. She gets mean. I lock her in a cage. They should have cages for wives. If it would save us on lawyer costs. The pocket knife is a queen made for Shatton Morgan called a rail splitter. I tied fishing flies for years. I know Dave thinks he knows how to fish, but I've forgotten more about fishing than he thinks he knows. He puts a big laugh in his face. So, yeah, they're going to have a fish-off contest this year, I guess. He says, I like Dave for who he is and the character he is. And when I see this little box, I will remember him packing it up and mailing it to me. The box I had, he said the box he had it in and the shipping cost on it. He said, I wonder if he realized he paid $8 to ship me that little box. That was robbery for costing that much. And he's like, he said, I bet your prizes that you gave away is going to cost hundreds of dollars alone. I would send a thank you to him, but I do not have his email address. So he just got it, Gizmo. He got it. So, and you and Dave are going to have to keep tabs with each other on who catches the most fish this year. Because I know Dave tries to hit a quota of 1,000, and he's a trout fisherman, so he tries to catch 1,000 a year. That's what he likes to try to hit. But he didn't do so well last year. So, anyways, thanks for sending that email. And yeah, I thought that was funny about your little parrot putting her in a cage. But yeah, I don't think my wife would like being put in a cage. So, Kevin, have you got a question you'd like to ask Rustic Rimfire?
Sure. Did you have the 2020 before Chad, or what made you purchase the 2020?
Originally, I was going to get it the year before, shoot ARA with, but then I heard they had a bunch of issues. And then watching Chad on a couple of his, it kind of twisted my arm. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go get one. They were on sale at Bass Pro. So I picked one up and brought it home, started playing with it, and it just went downhill from there. I think I might have got mine maybe a week or two after Chad got his. But I figured if somebody else was going to try to work through it, then it was worth. I'd go ahead and try to do it myself too.
Chad's under abuse.
Don't you blame me for buying a 2020. Do not blame me.
I would have bought one anyway. I wanted to start with because I really like it. It was just one of those. It kind of was that last twist. I'm like, okay, if somebody else has got one, then I got something to compare to with mine, doing mine.
Justin, I know how this goes, right? Chad gets a new rifle. Well, if he just figures if it can't shoot, he's going to go, da, 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 da. Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Right.
We've learned a lot about rimfire.
Yeah. So
we've learned a lot about rimfire from this 2020 endeavor.
Oh, yeah.
So, Steve, you got a question for Dean?
I do. Dean, you said you had 2 Winchester 75s. What's your favorite, a Winchester 75 or the Anschutz 54?
Oh, mercy. My 54.
Good answer.
I like shooting my both these 75s. I just started shooting the second one, the 38 today, a little bit, but my 54 is hands down probably one of the best shooters I got next to my Tika.
I probably would have guessed that. You can tell in your videos how much you love that gun.
Oh, I absolutely love that 54. That's one of my, that and the 52 is the two bucket list rifles for me to be able to get, and it probably maybe next year I'll get a 52.
So, Jose, you got a question?
Yes, sir. I see you shooting all those nice pistols.
Yep.
Which one is your favorite?
uh, yeah. Probably my FN 510 10 millimeter. I mean, I like my Canic 9 millimeter for just to go out and play, but if I want to go out and then, have a lot of fun, I take the 10.
So you chose a Springfield 2020, but there's a couple of rifles out there that I've shared on my channel more than once, and both of them seems to draw a lot of people. And so the other rifle was a Ruger Precision Rimfire RPR. So why didn't you go with an RPR over a 2020?
Because I don't like the stock on them. I didn't like the way it felt. And it's a Ruger. I've got Ruger rifles and pistols and stuff, but they're not really generally a very precision rifle.
Yeah.
I do think.
And most people think that getting the 2020 that it's a 700 style rifle and you get the 700 trigger footprint, but 700 trigger won't fit in it.
Yeah, it will.
I was not able to get one in mine.
I got a Diamond Tech in mine, or Trigger Tech Diamond.
Yeah, so mine, I put a rifle basics in mine, and the sear set too high. The bolt wouldn't run open and closed.
Really?
Yep.
Try the Trigger Tech. I got it's the red Trigger Tech Diamond.
Yep.
Set in mine. Now I can't turn it way down because the spring pressure on the firing pin is just outrageous. But I was thinking about trying to find a different firing pin spring for it, to put in the bolt so that I can lighten the trigger up a little bit more. Anything below about 9.5 ounces, it won't set the firing pin.
So, all right. Well, anybody else got questions for Rustic Rimfire?
Did you change? Would you change the stock on the 2020? Right off.
Would I change the stock?
The stock right off the bat.
No, I like the stock that's on it. And once you stiffen that,
options are they?
No, I don't. I've not seen any. But like I do with the rest of them, I guess I put a rod in there from the to fill it up and kind of stiffen that front end up, and then epoxy it all with a little bit of weight, and it stiffened right up, just like just like my Bagaras. It's nice and tight.
Yep. So the questions keep coming up about 2020. So shall we just go ahead and dive into that?
Absolutely.
So I really like the looks of the 2020, and I picked one up in the store and I worked the bolt, and off the shelf the bolt was buttery smooth, and it didn't have a bad trigger. I liked the way the gun felt and everything. I guess you would call that the aesthetics of the gun. I liked it, and I wanted to try one, but I had seen so many people saying the problems they were having, and they were disappointed, and so me being who I am, I wanted to get one and see if I could make it shoot. Now, I've done this knowing that there was a possibility that I was going to waste my time. And when I first got mine, which I picked mine up used, I didn't buy a brand new one, and so I got a little better deal on it. But when I picked mine up, I realized right away that I might have made a big mistake because I took really good ammo and put through it, and it would not shoot it. And at 50 yards, their guaranteed accuracy was an inch at 50 yards, a 3-shot group, and it wouldn't even shoot that. And I was like, oh my gosh. So first thing I done was I slugged the barrel, and I felt at the very end at the crown where they threaded it for a muzzle brake, it was loose. The tightest spot of the barrel was actually behind the threads. So I got Justin to cut my barrel off and recrown it. And it improved. But the day that I was shooting it with the barrel recrowned, Justin showed up to the range and was looking the gun over, and he's like, Chad, did you realize there's a pile of lead in there underneath the breech, where under the breech face? And I looked in there, and sure enough, there's a little pile of lead. So mine was shaving bullets, and the cone breech had such a sharp edge on it, and the angle that the 1022 style magazine feeds the bullet, it was just tearing them up before they went in there. Now, some people say that don't affect accuracy, but you go to any big ABRA match or ARA match, and you watch what these top shooters are doing. They're taking an individual round, and they're putting it in the barrel and closing the bolt and firing it, because they don't want to take a chance on dinging that round or shaving that round. So I then started, because I didn't know what was causing it or how to fix it, I just started single feeding the rifle. And then that's when it started coming alive, as single feeding it. And Justin also noticed that the stock was flexing, and I had it on a bipod, and I was loading it into the bipod, and the stock was flexing. So I done the same thing Dean was just talking about. I took my gun apart, and I put a steel rod. I took a Dremel and dremeled out the front of the stock, put a steel rod in there, and I put some epoxy with some BBs to add some weight. My first 2020 is now like a 10.5, 11-pound rifle, and because I added that weight. But now that stock is stiff and I don't have that flex, so I eliminated that. And the gun was shooting decent enough to where I was content with it at that point. But I just kept going farther, and we even looked at the rifle to see if we could figure out a way to bed it, and I didn't see how we could do that. But Kevin, when he talks to you about his rifle, he's going to tell you that he figured out how to bed his. And so I just bought a single round follower and put in my gun and just said, all right, this is it. It's going to be a single feed rifle. And even out of the follower that I bought, it didn't feed right. The follower had a bad angle on it, and it was still shave the rounds. So I got a video out there on this. I just took one of my cleaning rods and took a little cone shaped Dremel tool stone and taped it on the end of that Dremel rod, and I just stuck it through. I took the bolt out and stuck it through from the back of the gun, put it right against the breech face, and I just sat there and turned it with my fingers, and I deburred that breech on that cone breech, And now that gun will feed out of a magazine, and it doesn't shave bullets, and it's shooting pretty good. Um, and then I started playing around with tuners. I tried the suppressor out on the end when I first got the gun, and it was still had threads on it. I tried the suppressor on it. It didn't help it. And then after Justin recrowned it, we didn't put threads back on mine, so the suppressor is not an option. And so I played around with the shaft collars. I know y'all have seen shaft collars being used, and no, those are not legal in competition, I wouldn't think. But I tried them anyways because this is not a competition gun. I'm just trying to gain accuracy on it. But even with the shaft collars, I didn't see an improvement. But I had a mid-barrel tuner laying around that Rimfire Dave brought me, and I was like, I'm going to try the mid-barrel tuner. Well, when I put it on there, I shot some of the best groups I've ever shot with the mid-barrel tuner.
I think you tried one of those vibration dampener tuners too.
I did, and I tried one of those
Limb Saver.
Limb Saver
Saver.
rubber dampeners. I tried that, and it didn't help any at all. And so the best combination I came up with was deburring the cone breech, and recrowning the rifle, and adding weight to the stock and stiffening the stock. And then I did use JB Borbright and polished the barrel. When I looked down my barrel, I lapped the barrel. Yeah, when I looked down the barrel, it had some chatter marks all throughout. And these are Turkish made barrels, so they're not top quality. If my honest opinion, I think the barrel's the whole issue on the guns, and I think Kevin's scenario that he went with kind of proves that. So, anyways, I went to Rimfire Dave's for a visit, and he's like, "I got something you need." And he shows me another 2020, and a step that I'm leaving out is when we took the barrel off to recrown it. Those barrels are pinned on in the bottom of the action. They got a pin through them, and they're threaded on, but then they got a pin in them to make
They're
them
pin welded.
yeah. And then they got it's not necessarily welded. It's got red Loctite on it. That's what it's got. So I drilled the pin out, and I took a heat gun, heated the face of the action. You could see the red Loctite bubbling, and then the barrel threads right off. So I took the barrel off, sent it to Justin. He recrowned it. When I got it back, it was shooting better. But it never dawned on me that pin might have been an issue. But when I got this second gun from Dave, my ideal with it was to just go straight and rebarrel it. So at Dave's house, I drilled this pin out, heated it up, got the Loctite loose, threaded it out. I brought the gun home in 2 pieces because I was going to rebarrel it. I got home and I thought, you know what? I should have shot the gun.
I was thinking on the way home, we had to baseline it,
I said I should have got a baseline, So I put that barrel back on, and without a tuner, it don't shoot great, or without a suppressor, it don't shoot great. But the one I got from Dave is still threaded for a suppressor, so I put my suppressor on the end of it, and with the suppressor, it shoots the same ammo that the other gun likes, and it shoots it reasonably well, just with the suppressor on it and that pin taken out. So I have to wonder if that pin is creating negative pressure that's messing with the harmonics before the bullet, ever has a chance. It's got a pressure point on the bottom of the barrel at the action, and both of mine, now that I look back, they improved once that pin was gone. And because it's a cone breech, I put the barrel in there and clamped it down and tightened the barrel up and torqued the barrel on. didn't worry about repinning it. So now it's just threaded in and torqued in with no pin. So I have to think that pin was creating some negative pressure. So, anyways, after talking to Kevin, the gun I got from Dave is going to go get rebarreled, and I'm up in the air right now about which barrel it's going to be, because I got a brand new Lilja blank that would work perfectly on this gun. But Rimfire Dave also told me that he has a Winchester 52 barrel that he will bring me in April when we have our meetup. So the gunsmith that's going to do it is tied up right now and busy. But if he was to call and say, hey, I'm ready, then I'm going to have to use the Lilja barrel. But if he don't get ready for me before the April meetup, then I may choose to go with the Winchester 52 barrel. And after talking to Kevin, you'll figure out why. But Dane, I'll let you tell your story about yours next and what you done, and then we'll finish up with Kevin.
All right. So basically, I did the same. Once I got it, I run a bunch of bulk ammo through it, basically just to kind of get an idea what it was going to do. And then first thing I did was put that re-rod and weight in the front and stiffen the stock. At the same time, I noticed that there was that extra boss on behind the trigger group, that there should be a bolt through there. So I drilled that out, put a nut up in the stock. There's actually a place for it in the stock. Put an extra bolt through there. Then I took some of the aluminum tape and put inside the stock that goes down the trigger, or I guess the trigger guard, or right inside there, to tighten that up, because it would wiggle back and forth in the stock. So tighten that all up. Did that. Put the 700 trigger in it. We started working with the. I found those two lines where the was overheated inside down at the muzzle. So I started filing it down by hand and redoing the crown with a just a file. Put a couple nuts on there, get it down, smooth it out, whatever. So I got past that, and it kept getting better and better and better. But then it just basically come down to, like you said, a harmonic problem. Tried those collars, putting them in different places, this, that, and another. And then I got to talking to this old boy about the breech and where it goes up in you load it around, and I wound up cutting that out and just putting a new chamber in it. So that's the old chamber, and if you put a camera inside of it, you can see that it is drilled offset. So the lands on one side are way farther in, and when you put the shell in, it actually goes in at an angle. Well, when you do that, it will, when you fire it, it puts the bullet down sideways so that it's got to straighten itself back out, and it causes extra harmonics, and it vibrates the barrel. So that was the reason I just took and had that done. That's why I kind of I agree and disagree on that the barrel's bad, and that it needed to be replaced. But because I think with this here, I mean, I've shot 1/4-inch groups with the Ely since I had that replaced. But it was nice. It was a warmer day, so as soon as it gets warmer out and I can get out and test some real ammo, hopefully we'll get some better results. But I think it just comes down to, like, it's a harmonic problem, and just depending on what day that it was drilled to where your lands are. Some of them I've seen are perfect, but both barrels that I've had that were factory barrels, the lands were just no good.
Are you still shooting a factory crown?
No, I've had target crown put in after I got done filing it and whatever. Yeah, when I took it over and had the chamber put in, I had a target crown put on it, and then got a Winchester 52 crown, the target or match or excuse me, not crown, the chamber.
And you went back with a cone breech.
Yep, it's got a cone breech. It's basically all factory except the chain. You know, it's got the Winchester chamber.
So something that you did that was different because the barrels on the Springfields are metric threads.
Yep.
Your gunsmith took the threads out of your receiver, recut them metric. I'm sorry, recut them standard, and then threaded your barrel standard. So now your barrel's standard thread into the receiver.
Correct. So that way I can take my barrel out if I want to, and just thread any regular standard barrel into it.
Yep.
As long as it's got a cone, or if I can put a cone breech on it. But I asked him to do it like Kevin did. I wanted to go down that road and get rid of this cone. I understand it, but I hate it. You know what I mean? You ain't got to worry about where your extractors are, stuff like that, timing the barrel. But I don't like that. I still have a problem with two different magazines where it wants to shave around if I push it in too fast. If I just go slow with the bolt, let it click out of the mag, and then pull back and push it in, it's fine. But if I just go forward, sometimes depending on what round I'm shooting, it'll clip the lid a little bit. But other than that, that's about where it's at, I guess, for right now until we can get out here and start running some ammo through it. I wasn't going to do it in the cold, sit out here, try to run that much through it to figure out what it's exactly going to like. But when we shot those 0.3 groups there earlier last year, when we first got it, that was that Ely Outlaw Benchrest. So I got some more of that. It seems to be working pretty good right now, better than the SK that we shot this target with.
Yeah, so let me show that right past while you're holding that up. So this is the target that Dean and I have collaborated on. So you shoot 5-shot groups, and we'll measure those up, and whoever has the best average wins. And then the tiebreaker is that bottom target. You shoot a 10-shot group there. So if you're tied on your 5-shot group average, then the 10-shot group is going to be the tiebreaker. And he and I have already done this once, and he did edge me out just by a little. But we're gonna revisit this in the near future. But I encourage anybody that has a Springfield 2020 to reach out to me or Dean for this target and try it out.
So Dean, he just admitted he lost. Could you tell us all about it? Because I know this pains him a lot.
I like it.
Yeah, he didn't lose by much. It was just a little bit. I can't remember. I got the targets here somewhere, but it was like by 0.10 or something, I think. By the time you averaged it all out and what have you, between the 4 groups, then I think on the 10-round group, if I remember right, I think I got them by just a little bit on that. But by the, it was the 4 average of the 4 first 4 is what we go by, I guess, because the 10-round group is basically a tiebreaker. So if we both shot half-inch exactly,
I think I beat you on the 10-round group, but we didn't need a tiebreaker.
Yeah,
so it didn't count.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't remember. I got the targets here somewhere. I'd have to look. I knew it was close, though. Yeah,
but
then,
so anyway, Hasbro, you know a little bit of the controversy I had over the Springfield 2020. So there was a big time gunsmith that claimed there's no way that I was shooting no one as good as I'm shooting, and I got no reason to blow smoke. And I didn't expect anybody to go out and just buy one of these and do what I did. Everybody knows they're a problem rifle, but hey, everybody knows that nobody likes a RPR either, and people still go out and buy them. But I just wanted to try it and see if I could make an improvement. And when we started this challenge, and you can ask Justin, I said I want Dean to win, because if Dean beats me, that just proves that these guns can be made to shoot, and it's not just me telling you that. So, and now there's not one of us, there's not two of us, there's three. So Kevin can tell us about his build.
Also these help. Did you get yours?
I did, and they work so much better than the one that I had. They feed very well. Yep. I ordered
I was real happy with those.
I ordered a single round feed off of eBay, and I mean it works with the 1022 style, but it was still too steep for the 2020. But Dean hooked me up with his buddy that 3D prints, and he actually took an extra step to make it taller and sloped correctly to where it would feed the 2020 correctly. And
I'm sorry.
It worked very well on both of my rifles. That extra little lift that he put in there. And Justin's saying in the side chat, the 2020 is a decent target rifle, flawed by a cone breech and the
semi-automatic magazine.
Semi-magazine. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that Ruger 1022 magazine, because you'll get one that works perfect, and the next one you get, it is horrible. And I know people say you can tune them. Why should I have to tune them? They should be right from the factory. And so, anyways, before Kevin takes his turn, just telling us about his rifle, because he's took it even farther than me and Dean. And I have to say that if Kevin and Dean and I was to have a shoot off right now, I kind of feel like Kevin would probably take the cake. So all right, so let's type 2020 in the side chat, and when Hasbro will call your guys' names out there on the big screen.
Man, how did I get in front of you? That's that 2020 reaction time.
Yeah. You didn't get in front of me. You got in front of Justin.
Oh, is that Justin?
Yeah.
Kentucky. That's Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies. And Justin J Delta.
Well, mine.
I'm right behind Steve.
On mine's above yours.
I was done with the whole list. Not really. All right, here we go. Steve is living in Southwest Virginia, is in the side chat and on the panel. Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies, well, we know that character, and he's leading the show tonight. J Delta 22 is always great to see you. Rustic Rimfire is on our panel tonight. Good to have you with us, Dean. And Kentucky Justin, we know who that guy is. That's the gunsmith. TJ's Fishing and Shooting. Good to see you out there from the land down under. Daryl Gibbs. Good to see you too. Alaska One Andy. It's still probably cold up there for him. It's 80 degrees here today. Casey Dolph. Good to see you out there. Mark 22 Rimfire is out there, is with us as well. Kevin Hoffman with us. West Virginia Leather and Wood. That's Chad's buddy there. Kermit the Frog is with us out there. John Taylor also. If it's Rhodey or Rodell, 357, good to have you with us. Ron 2A Matters, good to see you. Walt Tuttle, good to see you. Cappy Case and Boomstick, Mark 7. He's evolving again. And I see Captain Kirk is with us out there. Rimfire Dave, Super Dave Gardner, Boomstick. I say he's already in there. He said so, and I think that's it.
I think I seen a couple you didn't call out. Darwin Harris and
I said that. I thought
you did. And did you call out Daryl Gibbs?
I did, but that's okay.
Mhm.
Darwin and Daryl.
I didn't
See
hear.
you
It.
guys.
So, anyways, I want to make sure nobody got left out.
Yep.
So, all right. So, Kevin, why the 2020 and where did you go with it?
Well, I'm not going to blame you, Chad, but I seen you was working on one, and I'm kind of a tinkerer, and I kind of like messing around trying to figure things out too. So I seen it. I went and bought a brand new one, and I wanted to see how I was going to do, and I took it to the range, and it did not perform very well. So it wasn't 60 shots in, and I was in at the range, and I took a hacksaw and chopped the end of the barrel off right away because I knew it was going to have a barrel in it probably anyways. So I crowned it right there at the spot, and it did help it, but it wasn't going to be where I wanted it to be. So I already planned on dropping it off. So at first I was going to put like a barrel nut on it, like a Savage has on theirs, and then try to help that out back there. But it's like it just wouldn't fit. So I came up with the idea is using a 52B barrel out of Winchester that I had located, and they're inexpensive. Usually, you can get one pretty good price, and that's what I decided to go with. And I'm not a big guy on cone breaches. I don't like them for the problem that you said we have with just fitting the ammo in there, and it's just difficult. And that gun is the way it's set up on the bolt. It has a stop on the top that sets the headspace on it, and I wanted to go back to like an original 52 setup. So mine is threaded metric, though. I had it rethreaded in the metric for it, and I was watching some videos, and I wanted to choose a reamer, and then I was watching Hasbro. Hasbro had one of those PTG. I think it's a match grade reamer, and I ended up selecting it. I have two different kinds, so I wanted that one. So that's the barrel selection that I wanted, because I just kind of knew that the barrel was going to be the problem mostly for it. And then of course I went and added weight to mine, kind of like you guys did, but I use this stuff called Rocket. It's a concrete stuff, and you can use pebbles, and you just pour that in them solo cups, and it just dumps in there and levels out, and it sets up in an hour. So that stuff works really well. So and it stiffens the stocks really, really, really hard. So I add that. Like I said, I added weight to it. And then I got to looking at it. I wanted to bed it. So I was like, what am I going to do to bed it? I said, because it comes in two halves. The bottom half on that piece, it was aggravating to me because I couldn't see where to get it and be consistent. So what I did is I epoxied the bottom piece in. It's solid. I mean, you get a good epoxy and do it, and it sets up really well, and it becomes like an aluminum bedding block. And then you can start bedding it. Then you can put your bedding in there, and it just add to it, and it works great for that. I haven't had any issues with the rifle whatsoever. I love the bolt. I could not get a 700 trigger to work in mine either. So I use the factory trigger, and I got mine 8 ounces, so it's perfectly fine for what I'm using it for. And I've had good results with it, and I'm glad I selected the 52 barrel because I do like the 52 rifles anyways. But my gunsmith really liked it, so he likes that. He's old school, and the barrel that I got, he had sat on for 20 years, and it was just sitting there. Yeah, so I was happy to get it, and like I said, you guys say, you get it for cool beans, and it works out great. So my rifle, and I like to select them and try to keep them about 25 inches and longer, just because I don't need the 28, and then you're going to cut some of it off anyways. And so I put the 11-degree crown on it and the PTG chamber in it, and that's pretty well about it. But I went ahead and started painting it last week or the week before there, and I got it all painted up. It looks pretty nice, and it ain't no show rifle, but it's going to perform. I'll get it to shoot better, and then I'm going to go higher. I want to shoot mine in competition, just because I shoot against a lot of expensive rifles, and I plan on winning with it. So I don't want to, huh?
Go for it.
Oh yeah, I plan on winning with it. I'm wanting to dig in it, because it's something that people don't have a lot of money when they get into this sport sometimes. And I shoot against a lot of guys that have $6,000-$8,000 rifles, and I love to beat them guys when they got an $8,000 rifle. And I let my boy, he shoots a 52B, a 1946, and he won probably 7 or 8 times against some of them guys last year. And it's amazing about that. And you don't have to spend that kind of money. You just got to know what's going on half the time. Just keep digging. Don't give up. And I got my information from watching you guys on television or on your videos, watching that stuff. So that's cool. I kind of dig it. I appreciate you inviting me on here to share information and what it is and what we're doing. So
Yep. So I appreciate all the information here tonight about the 2020s, and it's good to know that I'm not the only one doing it. So many people have bought these and they've got stuck with a rifle that's less than satisfactory. So I guess what we're trying to show you is you're not stuck with a rifle that won't shoot with some very inexpensive upgrades. You can make it a decent shooting rifle. And what Kevin didn't mention is he's pulling off some stellar groups, and he has yet to try any Lapua ammo in it, or he's just shooting some SK stuff and some more budget friendly ammo and pulling off some stellar groups. I mean, we're talking .2s, and that's really good. Real quick, I don't want this to float away. Justin brought up something in a side chat, and I didn't get on Georgia Shooting Connection tonight, but Walt Fletcher follows over there on a regular, and it was announced over there tonight that he has passed away. So Justin had put a comment up there that he has left the range. Rest in peace. Pray for his family. Absolutely do that. Apparently he had a heart attack, and it was unexpected. So that's bad news. Hate to hear that for anybody. But and I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but Kevin no longer has the cone breech. He's got a flat face breech with extractor cuts in it, like most of your, he went away from the cone breech when he put his 52 barrel in there. So that's kind of the direction that I want to go, whether it's the Lilja barrel or the 52 barrel, whichever comes first. I am going to take the rifle that I got from Dave and rebarrel that rifle and see if I can't make it do as good as Kevin's is doing. And if you've ever had one in your hands and felt the bolt and the trigger, they feel great. They're good. They're good feeling rifle.
For the price point of the rifle, the aesthetics and everything is nice.
That's what I was just going to ask. It's kind of like I'm listening to a lot of this, and you guys tell me where I'm wrong. Okay, I'm hearing again that basically the only thing you want is the action, the bolt. You want to throw everything else away.
Yeah.
You really got to
I
rework
like
the
the
stock
stock.
completely. And he's saying change the barrel out completely. It's like, why would you buy that and not just buy a CZ? They're
It's a
not that
rabbit
far
hole,
apart.
but I mean,
Well, like,
What's
Personally,
the
I don't like
advantage?
a
I'm just,
CZ.
I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just trying to understand
no,
because I
like,
really want to get one. I just need why.
well, like I've said over and over again, my videos are not to encourage anybody to go buy one.
Okay.
It's definitely not the rifle to send somebody to buy.
I'm
I just
not,
ordered one. I'm kidding.
I'm not encouraging anybody to go buy one, but if you already have one and you've
Okay.
stuck it
Mhm.
away,
if you're
in the
stuck
back,
with one,
you stuck it
Yeah.
away in the back of the shelf because it's not serving a good purpose for you, you can tweak it. So that's what my videos and that's what I intended my videos to reach out to people that have one that don't know what to do or where to go, because I said in one of my
if you're
very
retired and really bored,
yeah
it's a good rifle.
Hey, Chad, can I ask you a question?
I said in one of my very first 2020 videos, this is my rifle. From now on, I'll never let anybody else have it because I will not pass on a problem rifle. And even if I get it ironed out, at that point, I'm going to keep it because I want to show everybody it can be done. But I'm not telling anybody to go buy one. There's just so many people that ended up with them, and they don't perform. So Hasbro,
I guess.
I didn't tell
Yeah, I
you
guess
to
what
go
I was
buy-
thinking is I could find.
I didn't tell
Go
you
ahead,
to
I'm
go
sorry.
buy anything, Hasbro. I mean, I know that we showed you 52s and you went and bought 52s, and we showed you Anschutz and you went and bought
What
Anschutz.
happened? It's
And
what
now
happened.
we showed you Martinis and you went and bought Martinis.
I haven't
But
yet.
I am not showing you the Springfield for you to go buy one. So just stop that right now.
Well, I'm just thinking if I bought one used and cheap, right? That's the challenge, right? And I go after that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the one advantage it sounded like you had a little trouble, but he's okay with Trigger Tech Diamond. Is the Remington series triggers. That's a big deal because there's so many good choices there.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Did you guys use the little plastic piece around it to put the trigger in that the screws hold it in? To leave the center pin out,
yeah.
and it still wouldn't fit.
No.
Wow.
The screws don't line up, I don't think.
No, mine fit, but my bolt would not close. The sear was too high in the bolt into the action. The bolt would not close. You couldn't even
Really?
get it started in.
Okay.
And maybe-
I was gonna ask you, did you ever check your headspace on that one you got now? When I
No.
first checked mine, it was at 48 thousandths. I got it now down to 43
Yeah.
because I had to shim the bolt a little bit. It takes the same shim as a Lithgow 101.
Kevin, now that you've got a flat face breech on yours, how does it feed? Does it
Fine.
shave
I don't
lead or
have
does it
any.
feed real good?
No, I can. You can run the magazine now. Some of the 1022 mags, the factory ones don't fit kind of like them. You got to watch them. But I feed it both by hand or up the magazine, and I don't have any problems with it shaving, not one bit.
Okay.
So
that solved that problem.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of a cone breech anyways. And I know a lot of guys use them, but I don't. But most of the guys that use them, they hand feed them anyways. But I don't much care for it because all that material's away from that around the outside of it. I prefer to have that around there just to start when the harmonics takes off right there. I want it. I want that. Just like and I like the 52 anyways, but that threaded barrel, it is difficult to put that back on there. You got to have a guy that knows if he's got a metric lathe or not. So, but you can get it cut back over. It's about a 740 and 24 pitch thread on it. It's weird, but my guy that put it on there, he said he didn't have a bit of problems with it either. So I like the bolt, like Chad said. The bolt's super slick. It's very user friendly. It feels nice. I find that Hasbro said about the CZ 457. Well, I bought 8 of those things, and I have yet to get one to shoot without putting a barrel in it. And I'm not a big fan of those anymore. And I still have one, but I'm not a big fan of it. I mean,
we got to talk to them.
yeah. Well, all the plastic that they started putting back in them, I'm not a big fan of that at all.
Well, let me put to you this way, Hasbro. That CZ you got, we all know that you sunk a rather healthy investment in that thing. So what if Kevin took a Springfield 2020 that he reworked and beat that CZ? Would it be worth it?
Oh, bring it on.
I'll do that with my factory barrel.
We live close enough. We can do that.
Kevin lives close enough to you that he can make that happen.
See what I mean? When Dave's not here, he's the instigator.
Now he's twisting arms, ain't he?
I say I'm only 4.5 hours from Hasbro.
There you go.
My Springfield will shoot.
We'll do it.
Yep.
I like them. I have a CZ 457. Now I don't want to change that, but I put a Sewell barrel in it. I have a Sewell barrel in a 457 right now. And it does shoot well, but it only shoots when it's warm because it's got a slow twist.
I see. Hasbro, if that CZ was so good, why did you rebarrel it and put it in a chassis and put a tuner on it and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it had the MTR barrel on it.
No.
I was winning.
You just made it sound like a stock CZ.
I got a Hyde trophy sitting right there that I won with that one. And I won a bunch of years with it. But I just said, okay, I want to do better. And you know how it is. That last 1/8 of an inch cost you thousands. I mean, that's where I was at. And it's like, so, okay, I just kept going. It kept going. And
folks, don't let Hasbro fool you. He didn't take an off the shelf CZ and do what he's doing with it. He's got an invest. He's got an investment.
Exactly. It's got a tuner on it now too. So I'm still looking for that last 16th.
Yeah, there he didn't even use tuners till we come around.
And these guys have me buying tuners.
So
I'm going to get a couple, one for the edge shoots and one for my Springfield.
I've got one on my 54 now, playing around with it.
That's how I want one too.
Justin has your other one in his possession now, so
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one will work good. What's that?
Kind of my take on the 2020. You know, aesthetically, they're a nice little rifle. They're not intended for Benchrest shooting out of the box. You know, maybe PRS or something like that. If you do some upgrades, you know, for the money spent, you can't expect it to be a Winchester 52 or you know, something like that. But they can be made to shoot. But you know, when you go changing barrels, you know, if you're shooting in competition, you know, or adding tuners or whatever, you're classing up. You know,
right?
So you're taking it out of factory class really quick to get it to shoot good. And you know, is that something you want to do? You know, that's as soon as you change that barrel, you know, you've threw yourself in a class with some custom rifles. You know,
and that's why I said for me it's not a competition rifle because I would have to upclass it, and I know that would be difficult. But could I take this rifle and make it one heck of a challenge target rifle that these guys are putting out on YouTube all the time? Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so I wanted to stay with the factory barrel, but because you can recrown it for like ARA, you can recrown, but you can't rechamber, and that's what threw me out. Even though I kept the factory barrel.
Yep. So, anyways, we know it's not everybody's favorite, but I just happened to bump into 2 other guys that went down the same road I did, and I thought it would be worth talking.
You found 2 unicorns and got happy.
Yeah,
you see the other guy got one? Yeah, I think Chad Steele.
Good one used.
There's another channel. The other guy's got one.
He's following our videos and doing stuff to his to make it shoot. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
He's tagged me in his videos. Yep. So there's
Yeah.
a fourth person.
Yep. He's working it. We told him about drilling that pin out the other night, and I think see what happens with that.
Yep. So, like I said, I'm not trying to encourage anybody to run up by 2020.
Yeah. No, that's
Okay.
what you do invest a little bit.
In all honesty, guys, this is no different than Hillbilly buying he didn't buy it. It was sent to him from Bear Creek. But anyways, Hillbilly got the Bear Creek Arsenal 1022 clone, and it never shot good. It Hasbro has the barrel. He could probably tell us maybe why it never shot good. But I sent Hillbilly a barrel, and a simple barrel change made that rifle a tack driver. So it don't matter if it's Springfield or Bear Creek or Ruger or who. You're always going to come across the bad egg rifle, and you just have to knuckle down and figure out what the problem is and see if it's repairable or not. And that's what we've done here. And did I have to go out and buy a 2020? No, I knew what I was getting into when I done it, but I done it so that I could try to figure it out and make content for you guys. And that worked. It's actually the 2020s have been some of my most watched videos. The disappointing part is YouTube. They limited those. Even though they're my largest watched videos, they're not making any money. YouTube demonetized them. So thank you, YouTube. But anyways, I didn't have to go down that road. I didn't have to do videos on an RPR that I know everybody hates, but I've had 4 RPRs that shot really good. Yeah, I had to feed them Lapua Cinerex to get them to shoot good, but they shot good. Boomstick has an RPR that he rebarreled, and it shoots really good. So this is no different. The 2020, we ended up with a rifle that needed upgrades, and we're upgrading it. Hasbro ended up with the CZ that needed upgrades. He upgraded it. It's 1022s. That's why people buy 1022s, because they're easy to upgrade. The parts are endless for them. I mean, that's what we do here, people. We upgrade our rifles. And I hope that the tidbits of information we've put out helps people. But don't go buy one. Please don't.
Unless you want a headache, right?
No. Please go buy them. Please go, because there'll be a much more frustrated people selling them cheap, and I'll get one.
Good luck. I can't find anybody that will hook me up with a used one. Yeah. They all have them, but they don't want to get rid of them.
He's so hooked on it. He's looking for his second one.
I've been trying to find another one since I bought the first one, and I can't get nobody to get them to me because they sell them so cheap on sale. They can't get their money back out for what they paid for them.
Look here, Empty Pockets Paint Shop. He says, I know of a 1022 getting close to being done. He's building me an unlimited.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can't wait to shoot against it. I want to see how that thing does.
Yeah. But if it don't shoot good, it's going to be the best looking one on the firing line. I'll tell you.
It will be.
No, not even that.
Hey,
I'll have the
Chad.
best looking one.
Yeah. Well, yours is pretty, but I like wood better.
I ain't gonna say I shoot better, but it's prettier.
Let's go around the room. We'll just talk about what you guys got coming up, and if you don't have a YouTube channel, I mean, you can just tell us what your future plans are with shooting. Whether you got a rifle on that you desire to buy or whatever. But Kevin, you got anything you want to share about future plans or?
I'm just getting ready for season to start here coming up. I shoot about every day, so most people don't get to do that, but that's a good passion that I like, and good Lord's blessed me for doing it every day. If I get out there 5 minutes, I'll shoot when it's raining. I shot yesterday in the rain, and I sent some stuff out. It was 18 inches of snow down here, and I was out there. I was out there wading through it shooting. So I'll shoot. I just love it, and it's just I like the camaraderie and the stuff that you guys put out in the formats. It's just awesome. So you guys got a good brotherhood going on, and it don't get no better than this. It just I can't say enough about it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you getting on here and sharing with us about your rifle tonight. And Kevin, he actually extended the offer to meet up with him, and he was going to give me his rifle and let me take it and shoot it for myself, spend some time with it, and then take it back. I mean, that's an awesome gesture. I really appreciate that. But
I'll bring it down there, and we'll swap out. I told you what happened.
Don't give the same offer to Jay Delta, because he's going to feed all kinds of like Thunderbolt and stuff in it.
I shoot that ammo. He's got me hooked on it.
all right, Jose, what you got coming up?
So thank you for having me here tonight. I learned a lot about those 2020s. I got on Monday on the J Delta 22. We are shooting the Tika T1X with Wall Match Extra. I went to my FFL and they had some boxes there. I got a box and shot it. I had a lot of fun with that. And then next Tuesday on the Smoking 22, we are shooting another UBR target. And I think we use, I can't remember what we used. It was 10X or something, but got those videos coming up. So go check it out. Appreciate the knowledge. Today, I just got me a 2020. Just kidding. But yeah, every rifle, man, you run into rifles that not only a 2020, I see it in just about anything, even some custom shop rifles. I've been around some custom shop rifles that you invest on them and you get disappointed after you go shoot it the first time, and then you have to do some tweaking. And usually those you spend time and resources trying to find the ammo that it likes. But again, I had my RPR, which I parted a couple of years ago. He loved La Pua SNRX, but he shot good. So appreciate having me tonight. Thank you.
I even went down that rabbit hole with my new venture on my air gun channel. I got these air guns, and you stick a pellet in there and they're shooting 3-inch groups, and you're like, this thing ain't going to come together. And then next thing you know, you stick a pellet in there and it shoots a little old knot, and you're like, what happened? What happened? I mean, you just have to test ammo, for sure. So Steve, what you got coming up?
I've got a couple of things. Something I thought I'd mention that I thought was interesting is talking about rebarreling using the Winchester 52 barrels. John was trying to buy a 1022 off of CMP last week that had been rebarreled with a 52 barrel.
I
bet it ended up going a lot. I bet it would. It went a lot higher than he wanted to spend on it, but it's interesting. Something to think about.
75 barrel works pretty good too.
Well, there's a lot of barrels out there for Winchesters that have been pulled. You can find them easily. And my experience of what I just did with mine, I bet you money half of them have muzzle damage, and that's killing them. So you fix that, and boy, maybe I'm a sample of one, but I don't think so.
But anyway, I've got a video coming out Sunday with John shooting the Make Iron Sights Great challenge that Minnesota Mike put out, shooting it with his soul. He put iron sights on it. And then another video about the middle of the week, he was shooting it with his Ruger Mark III pistol at 50 yards. And then I should have a video about the end of the week. For those of you that don't know, I was fortunate enough to win Fuel and Firepower's giveaway there a few days ago. I think it's 5,000 subscriber giveaway, and won a Winchester 1977 XS pellet rifle. And supposed to be getting that in Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. And I'll be doing an unboxing video and some stuff on it. But want to thank you guys for having me on. I always enjoy it. Thanks for letting me in, Chad. I sat back in that back room about 10 minutes, and I thought you'd ban me.
I was wondering where you was at.
Yeah, I know you're saying that, so I went to the side, Chad. I figured somebody'd see it.
Well, what happened was you were so far, it put you a roll down, and you were down there where I couldn't see you. So, but anyways, so Dean, what you got coming up, buddy?
Well, I just got done with a couple of the challenge targets that you were talking about. One No Pro and Rod over there, Illinois Air Guns, finished up theirs. We're gonna get out the 17 HMRs here and get those ready to go for the season. Probably I just swapped out stock on my 308. I'm gonna get that back out. Then, like Steve said, I got a couple of new vintage rifles that I want to get on the iron sight targets of Mike's, or the iron sight buckhorn sight targets. And the new 75, we're putting aperture sights on that to do that with. But other than that, thank you for letting me try to get back on here from the last time the microphone cut out. So appreciate you guys letting me back in.
Yeah, man, we'll try to get something together on another little face-off video, and we
Absolutely.
Kevin's been wanting to come down and visit a little bit. Maybe I can get Kevin to come down to the range, and we can get a video put together and do another collab with you and do that challenge target again, and see if we can't put a new winner on the leaderboard.
Copy that.
So, it don't have to be me, Hasbro.
No, but it better be.
Don't have to be me.
Well, I got some Ely team now, so bear wide out.
Yeah.
Don't make me run out and buy a Springfield.
All right, Justin, wake up. You've been staring at that telephone shopping all night. You're pulling rimfire Dave on me.
Now I'm inside, Jack.
No.
Hopefully get to shoot some in the morning and maybe Sunday. So
I was at the range today, but it was pretty windy.
yeah, it was windy today.
So I was telling Hasbro and them earlier, I think it was, some guys come to the range to get that time precision action, and I warned them how touchy the trigger was. So the guy that bought the rifle, his brother wanted to shoot it, and the first shot, he wasn't ready for the trigger, and he bumped the trigger, and so his first shot was 6 o'clock low. His next 4 shots was perfectly in the 10 ring, and when we went down there and looked at it, I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it with my own eyes through a scope. I was spotting him and watching him shoot. He shot 4 shots, and they all went through the same hole. You could not tell that there was more than one bullet had went through that hole. I mean, probably the best group shooting I've ever seen in person. There was no deviation there. I mean, it was just one little hole.
You sure you wasn't throwing them off in the woods?
No, that's what I said. I said, you shoot one on target, shoot the rest in the dirt. So,
It's been done.
But no, he sat down and shot some more rifles today, and he's a pretty good shooter. Once he got the feel for that lightweight trigger, it didn't take him a minute to catch on. So I saw some good shooting today. But those guys are going to try. Those guys are going to try to come back and shoot with us a little bit, and y'all, if anybody's close enough to come shoot with us, our first UBR match is going to be this coming Saturday. And we're going to be shooting an 8-card match. We'll shoot 4 cards at 50 yards and 4 cards at 100. It'll be a $25 entry fee.
I thought the first one.
Anybody's welcome to come. So it is already March the 14th, people. Shooting season is upon us.
Something you guys might not know, going back to kind of what Chad and Hasbro was saying there about, shooting through the same hole, and, accusing somebody of shooting off target, in a lot of Benchrest matches, if you're shooting multiple shots at one target for group, there's a rotating target backer that feeds a roll of paper that's constantly moving real slow. And,
Really?
if you shoot a 5-shot group, there better be 5 holes in that ribbon of paper, and that's to keep from cheating, But that's amazing, that you have to do that just to prove accuracy. But most targets we shoot, is 1 shot per bull, so you either have a hole of paper or not.
Walt Tuttle, I might film myself shooting. That way people can get an idea of how it goes. But I doubt I'll film the whole match. But I could possibly film myself shooting my cards. So Hasbro, what you got coming up?
Well, I just released a video tonight shooting the 26 and 5/8 inch green barrel with that PTG chamber. Rimfire Dave spun up for me, and there's a couple of those holes you watch just micron tick away, just a little bit of paper tick away. It was having fun. But then tomorrow it releases an Anschutz 64, and thanks to Steve, I've got my 64 shooting a lot better. He gave me a mod that lightened the trigger up, and that was the biggest thing. And now it's shooting really well. Not quite as good as my 54, but it's really close. So I think I can work with it and get there with it too. Anyway, yeah, I got that kind of stuff come up. And by the way, on all this 2020 stuff, I hope I didn't come across as being a naysayer. I just want to know, if I get one, why would I do it? What am I going to do? Because I am very interested, especially if I could get a deal on one, because I want the Remington. I want to have options of Remington triggers on a gun that can really shoot like that, and it not be crazy expensive.
It don't matter.
Thanks. I appreciate the topic, Ed.
You take them all apart and put the Hasbro touch on them anyway, so it don't matter.
That sounds a little creepy.
Okay. So in the end, there might be a Springfield bolt left. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Hey, Hasbro, my 54 is not shooting good. Oh, that's right. I don't have one.
Oh, that's right. He's gonna, after seeing the 64 video, he's gonna want that one too, Ted. So you're gonna hear the constantly. Hey, how's my 64 doing?
I'm in deep coconut water right now, as it is.
I watched your 1022 video today, Hasbro. I think shooting pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
even better ammo, but
you are deep in the hole, Jose. I know what all you got in the pipes.
Yeah, I got three.
water levels about.
Yeah, I got 3 coconuts leaking water right now.
Yep. So
anyway, thanks for the topic. I really appreciate you guys covering the 2020 because I learned a lot, and it didn't discourage me for trying to do it. So that's good.
So Walt asked a question about whether I was going to film a UBR match. I will tell you this: I got a couple of videos coming out here in the next week or two. That is me shooting my soul, getting prepared for UBR, and I actually shot 100-yard and 50-yard on camera, and I shot a 4-card match and filmed it to submit an entry with George from Southern Rifle, because he's offering up a friendly shoot amongst us YouTubers. You can go on Hasbro's Hide and print the targets and shoot 4 targets just like I did, and my combined score on these 4 targets, I hate to say this, guys, but it's a 254. It's exactly the same thing as Minnesota Mike, so we're tied.
Oh, you have to beat that.
I see. I just printed them out too. I'm gonna try it with the 2020.
Yeah. So anybody go watch Southern Rifle. He's got some shorts over there telling people what's expected of them, because he does want you to at least take pictures downrange, take pictures of your target, take pictures of your gun, and submit your scores to him. And he's going to keep like a little leaderboard on Facebook just to see how you can stack up against other people. I know Hillbilly Up's going to shoot it at his house, and Jose's got some guys going to shoot it. Minnesota Mike's got, I think he's going to officially shoot it at his range and get that going at his range. I've got it going at my range. We're going to try it out, but you don't have to go to a range and shoot it. You can go to Hasbro's Hide and print it out and just document your shooting and your scores and submit it to George, and you could be on the leaderboard with the rest of us. So,
Hey, can I ask you a quick question about that, Chad?
what?
So you said your club shoot is next weekend. I go to the Facebook page and there's nothing on the Facebook page about it. Is it on Saturday or Sunday?
It's the 14th.
Let's see if I can make it or not.
Are you
So that's
going
a
to
week
the?
from now.
Are you going to the calendar?
I just went to where it said events.
Go to the featured tab and look at the team up calendar. That's where it's posted at.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. All my events.
You plan on
already-
coming, Hasbro?
Well, if I'm not leaving town to take the wife down there, yeah, I'll come.
Okay.
Yep.
Be glad to have you.
Yep, absolutely. So, well, that's it, guys. Like I said, I got some videos coming up of the Sioux getting ready for UBR season, and those are pretty good videos, except for the fact my microphone wasn't working, so I had to do some voiceover stuff. But I have since figured out my issue with my microphone. It's not user error. I actually had a problem with one of my GoPros, and I've since gotten that fixed. But also go check out my second channel I started, Kentucky Rimfire and Air Guns. I've kind of went deep down that rabbit hole as well, but I'm enjoying it. And over on that side of things, you are welcome to shoot the Tom Palmer challenge. If you have a Tom Palmer air gun, BB gun, Hasbro and I have this TP target for Tom Palmer, just to show our appreciation for all the hard work he does putting those BB guns together. They shoot really well. Justin, he always raises his brow at the BB guns until he sat and shot my 499B, and he raised his head up and said, "What's this going to cost me?" So Justin has a canker now for a 499B. And anyways, y'all, I appreciate everybody in the side chat for being here and interacting with us tonight. I appreciate everybody that took the time to get on the panel tonight. It was a good show as always, good discussion. And we're right at that hour and a half mark, guys. So we're going to jump off here tonight. Kevin, you don't have to bail off right away. We'll be in the back chat after we end the show, so just hang tight. Everybody say good night to all these fine folks over here on the side chat, and y'all come back next
Good
week.
night. We leave the light
There you
on.
go.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Good night.